Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week, brought to you by Blue Apron, Casper, and Squarespace. I'm Gus.
Gavin.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chris.
I feel like immediately I need to talk about first week because we have a lot of people watching. What?
And Gus.
And Gus. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. You'll understand why in about 30 seconds. So we need to talk about first week because obviously there's a lot of people watching right now on YouTube. Normally, we live stream the podcast only for first members at Rooster Teeth.
This is live on YouTube?
This is live on YouTube right now.
That's why I'm here. They brought out the big guns.
Got Josh out here. So just to let everyone know what first
I like how that was a joke.
what first week entails. So all live broadcasts are going to be free to watch just like this all week long. To celebrate the release of Day 5 Season 2, Season 1 will be free to watch all week so you can get caught up. You won't feel left out. Free previews of some of our first only shows like Theater Mode, Backwards Compatible, Fan Service. And once again, like last first week, we have stretch goals. I learned some stuff when I found out our stretch goals.
You didn't know about them?
Yeah. Like
That's
first
how
one.
it happens.
Number 1,000, Sexy Gus calendar.
You didn't know about that?
They talked about potentially doing a calendar. I didn't know we were doing that. 3,000 subscribers. There'll be a Pets of RT Instagram account. 5,000, 2 bonus Ruby Chibi holiday episodes. At 8,000, new game time with Bernie. At 13,000 first members, we'll create an episode of Cooking with Jeff and Gavin. Did you know about that?
I feel like maybe Jeff mentioned it.
There you go. And at 20,000 subscribers, you're going to learn how to drive in Bernie's car. Did you know about that?
Right. Well, here's the thing. Like, I never know that they're for this, but someone did come up to me and say, would you learn how to drive for a video? And I responded, only if I use Bernie's car.
Oh, there you go.
And now it's on there.
So if you want to see all of these goals happen, you can sign up for first membership at roosterteeth.com. You get 30 days for free. Check it out. And you can help us reach our goal if you're already a first member by gifting a first membership to a friend of yours who doesn't have it. So
or enemy.
Check it out. What?
Yeah. Or enemy.
Or enemy. Close.
Yeah, just have to. Okay, So the reason I was flustered and I didn't say my name is we also have new shirts that are first member exclusive, and I was supposed to show them off, and at 5 o'clock on the fucking dot,
came straight
Gavin
from
comes running in here with a very full cup of coffee, and he spilled coffee all over the shirts I have to show. So imagine these
they're
shirts
on the table.
without coffee, and you'll get an idea of what the shirts are supposed to look like. First of all, we have a coffee-stained green light grape shirt.
Oh, man.
It's all the way to the back. It went all the way through.
It was a full cup.
It went all the way through to the other shirt as well. Rooster Teeth first. I like that shirt.
I can get behind that one. The fifth people like grape shirt, not so much.
You're not a fan?
Why do we keep making the same shirt?
No. Now it's green. It's totally different.
So much mileage out of it. Wasn't even a joke. It was just a statement about people and grapes.
Well, people do like grapes.
I feel like so. Is the plan to go for every?
They're slacking me. Do you want fresh shirts, coffee free? No, it's okay. Gavin already fucked it up.
Is the idea to make them every color of grape? Is that why they've chosen that color?
What colors are left? What other colors of grape are there?
Aside from
wasn't there a gray shirt?
There was. Those are like rotten grapes.
Yeah. Well, that was an inverted one because the gray was the shirt and then the text was purple.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Also,
now we need a gray shirt with green text.
the inside of grapes are kind of gray.
Yeah.
That's true.
You ever had the cotton candy grapes?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're gross.
Oh, really?
I
think
hated
they're great.
You
They're
tried?
green, though. Yeah.
Wait,
they're
what do you
colored
mean
green.
cotton candy?
They're like, I don't know what they do to them, but just the way they're grown, they taste like cotton candy. They don't rub sugar on them or anything, but they're really good.
It was like they selectively bred grapes across several generations to bring out this trait where they taste like cotton candy.
Yeah, they're available for a month. They're in July.
Do you think you could do that with people?
Well, that's evolution, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but breed people to where certain, I don't know, they taste good.
Oh, like for flavor.
Yeah.
I think the Germans did that.
No, but all right, selectively breed people. Also eat pineapple and all the other things to make people taste good, right?
Pineapple doesn't make people taste good. I think it's limited. It's parts of piss
people.
and semen and stuff.
I think that might be what Chris is talking about.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It's up for interpretation. You can do whatever you want.
So you want to breed the best tasting man specimen.
Right.
Yeah.
Through multiple generations. 100 years from now, he'll have it.
That's such a long-term goal, though.
Yeah, but when the aliens come, we'll know we'll know who to give them.
So they get sucked off and enjoy it the most.
I'm going to get an interstellar blowjob. Now I understand why Matthew McConaughey lives behind the bookcase.
Well, the aliens are here. They want to suck off one human. Who have we got?
It has to be the best possible human, or they're going to destroy the
We
planet.
got to keep them out.
Yeah, but make sure he tastes good.
Is there a way to measure the most pleasant taste scientifically? Because
I'm not volunteering.
someone somehow has the best tasting semen on the planet. Who is this man?
Someone who loves pineapple.
I mean,
Probably someone in Hawaii, right?
You're not supposed to eat too much pineapple because it sort of dissolves you a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why it like tingles when you eat it.
wait,
Yeah.
it dissolves you.
Yeah, it
acidic.
it dissolves your mouth.
Yeah.
That's why
And
like
throat.
pineapple burns a little bit when you eat it. It's because it's dissolving the inside of your mouth.
Oh, well.
So yeah, don't eat too much.
So
So
trade off. Do you want a mouth or do you want good tasting semen? That's the
Yeah.
crux.
So this is
what I like,
actually
yeah.
a really good segue. I read a story the other day. I've got a prop back here.
Okay.
I read a story the other day that the world record for the longest penis got broken. It's a man in Killeen whose penis is 19.1 inches long.
What? Jesus.
So I heard that number and I thought, that's a really big number. So I asked for a tape measure because I wanted to show you guys exactly how big a
That's got to be
19.1
longer than like.
in what state is it 19 inches?
You know what was funny? I
would
heard you
assume-
earlier talking about 19 inches, and I almost made a joke about that being a big penis,
Look.
but I was like,
You could literally suck your own dick.
you wouldn't even have to try.
You could
You could
suck it-
accidentally.
Yeah, you could suck it by accident.
It's like two long dicks end to end.
Can I see it?
You said he's in Killeen, Texas?
Yeah.
I used to live there, unfortunately.
The amount of.
Oh, I did one other thing. Let me show you before you give it to Chris. It goes below the knee.
Oh. Can we, he's in Texas. Can we get him on the podcast?
Yeah, can we get him on FaceTime right now?
Well, how would we show it without being?
We need like 6 iPhones. And we'll just-
You get those little wide angle attachment lenses on the iPhone. Do we have anything we could measure it up against? Yeah, hold on. Patrick's gonna find us some things. So it's like, and the old record was 18.9 inches. So how disappointed do you think you're that guy? It's like, oh man.
Well, he's probably, I mean,
All right, give me that.
All right. There you go.
God, could you imagine if both of them had a three-way with a girl? They could almost touch end to end.
Yeah,
Dude.
it'd be like a skewer.
It's bigger than the parking
Bigger than a
cone.
parking cone.
They're out of cones. Okay, can you lie down on your back and get aroused for us?
No, okay, all right. I think that could go straight through someone.
Are we just finding stuff?
Yeah.
That could go-
Patrick's just handing me
How high is this table?
Let me, hold on. Let me do this real quick.
This is some carrot top stuff right here.
They got prop.
Yeah. Almost.
Oh.
One hard
hold on.
drive bigger than the other.
He's measuring a computer now.
You know?
It's that big.
It's as long as a computer tower.
Right.
All right. Oh shit. Well, here, give me those shirts. Let me clean up this beer.
What high quality fur shirts. You can even wear them.
Should we sell this specific one?
We should
with
auction
the
these off for extra
beer
large.
and coffee all over it?
There you go.
Like, there's no advantage to having something that big.
No.
Like,
No, I mean, it would. You'd get like 4 inches into a woman and be like
You could
bottoming
hurt
out.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do with the rest of it? You could hurt yourself.
You could like, you know where I was going.
Yeah. If you, even if you could chop the whole thing off and put the back of it into someone else, they still wouldn't meet in the middle.
What are you doing, Chris?
I'm seeing what would happen if two people had a threesome. And one one's in the middle. Hold up.
Wait, are you doubling? Are you just doubling the penis?
In the asshole, right? Yeah. They would touch.
You're so happy by that, Chris.
Chris just wants to be skewered. It's yeah.
They would touch somewhere like in
right by the
middle.
stomach.
They'd start bumping against each other.
Lower lungs.
That's way too big. I couldn't believe that story when I read it, and then it was even more unbelievable when I popped out the tape measure and started measuring.
Yeah, do 19 again and do it from your mouth to like and hold your head back and see where it ends.
Yeah, sword swallower. How did he get that
Good job it's on
certified?
YouTube, this one.
You just call up Guinness Book of World Records like, hey, will you come measure my dick?
All right, put it down.
Well, it would go out his back apparently, but
Okay, so it's like
just like to kidney level.
it's like
Yeah. of all the ways you could have measured that, you did it the hardest way.
Unbelievable.
yeah. That's
I do not envy that man.
that's through the pancreas. That's how you get diabetes.
You could put on jeans and trap the bell end in your knee if you like bent your leg.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I don't think you can wear shorts.
No, that's a good thought.
Well, I mean,
Or a
that's
wetsuit.
erect, right?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if he got an erection while wearing shorts.
Well, I
There's
mean, if it was a semi, it would still just slip out the bottom,
Right. But isn't when
unless
you're,
he can ball it up.
He might have some system.
but when you're that big, like it doesn't actually get that hard. I feel like I've read this.
Well, yeah, you'd probably pass out because of all the blood rushing from the rest of your body.
You'd have to have. I mean, is there a way to like pump yourself full of extra blood?
Well, maybe
like Lance Armstrong.
No, but like, okay, so you know how you have blood pressure? I assume that's like how pressurized your blood is.
Sure.
So if you get blood transfusions whenever you go to the doctor and need more blood, if you just give yourself extra blood, is that going to give you like a firmer, harder erection?
It's like you, instead of like taking Viagra, you like slowly leach blood off of yourself and store it in the fridge and then put it all back in at once.
Yeah, I feel like you need to be like a camel and have like a blood hump to
Yeah.
power this extra length in your penis.
You just open your closet, just bags of blood right before sex. Like, let me hook up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That would be intimidating. That'd be it'd be quite a process. Like, hold up, I need more blood
I
for
gotta
this
power
thing.
my erection with human blood.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, moving on to other
What other segues do you have?
less terrible topics.
Well,
go on, Chris.
Actually, on the subject of dicks, if I
Go
may.
on.
I was having a discussion earlier, I think with Jeremy. We were talking about getting your penis pierced, and you know how like
Like a Prince Albert?
we were talking about what's that one with the ladders? where it's
Jacob's
like,
ladder.
Jacob's ladder, where so you have barbells through it going up the penis. My question is when you get your penis pierced, do you have to do it flaccid or erect?
I assume you do it flaccid.
Because here's the deal: what if you do it flaccid and then you don't account for erections? So then whenever you get erect, all of a sudden it's like ripping and it's stretching and like
I'm sure they have it figured out.
Yeah, I'm sure, because if you did it on an erect penis, who's going to stay erect for that? And you probably explode your cock.
What?
It's like blood would just shoot everywhere, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know enough about this to say one way or another. I'm not even.
what we need to do is test this on someone who has extra penis to spare. So if we
Right.
use-
It's like, sir, we don't have enough piercings in the shop. we can't do anything with that. Man, what a fucking great introduction to first week for everyone watching.
Is this the first thing in first week?
I think so.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I did something really stupid, and that I've never done before. Last week, I spilled an entire cup of water on my laptop, like right dead onto it, straight in the middle of it.
How?
We were filming Glitch Please, and I had a glass of water next to my laptop, and I was talking, and then I just
So it was
hit
on
it.
camera?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
it's in the public version of the video, and it just all went right into the laptop.
I want to see it.
Yeah, you can watch it. It's on the website. So I shut it down. Then I just started shaking it and like all the water, trying to get all the water out of it. Then I went and put it in my car for like 4 hours because it was really hot that day to bake it out. And then opened it up and it turned back on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, water doesn't affect electronics
Yeah, it
short
does.
term if it's off, right?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't.
Like it affects some electronics, like a microphone might be ruined, but the actual like board, I think you can have it wet if it's not on.
I don't know.
But it was on.
It was on when it hit.
Yeah.
And then I
So if
left
you
it
shut
on for a while because I was an idiot.
Oh, really?
I kept using it. I was like, oh, look, it still works. And I was using it. And then it shut off. And I was like, oh, I probably should have shut it off.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but it works. This is it. It's still alive.
Does the microphone work on it?
Yeah, I did a Skype call this morning.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
everything works.
Well built.
Yeah, I was honestly a couple days before that happened, I was looking at replacing it because this one's super old already. I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't that bummed about it. It's like, oh, I just backed it up. I was getting ready to replace it. Not the end of the world. It fucking came back to life.
I bet now we'll just refuse to die no matter what you do.
Yeah, now I feel obligated to it. Like, now I can't get rid of it. It's like it fucking stuck around. It's like Jon Snow. Do
you remember?
Got stabbed in the heart and came back.
Do you remember when Matt had that really old MacBook for a long time?
It had like an S-video port on it.
Yeah, and we were filming Captain Dynamic, and Ed was just thumping on it with over and over again, and it still worked after that. And it was Matt's actual working laptop. For some reason, we didn't have a prop one.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of props back then.
No.
Didn't do things right.
I spilled water on mine not long ago, and it did not fare as well as yours. And now the mouse pad's all fucked up, so it's like doing a Ouija board. Like you put your fingers on it, but the thing just goes like forever. Yeah, it's really creepy.
Has it written any messages out to you?
No, I thought someone had hacked it at first though, because it would start opening things. I was like, okay, but if you like press really hard on it, you can hear it like crunch out whatever's wrong with it, and then it works for 5 minutes. Then you got to repeat.
Maybe you should just keep it in a really hot place for like a week.
Put it in my car and let it bake.
I
can't believe it survived that.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day. Someone was like trying to debunk Ouija boards, and like they get around like a group of people, and like they're asking one of the people about their grandfather, and the person's like, "Oh, I'm so happy. My grandfather says he's at peace." And the person who's making the video is like, "Oh, you believe this? You think this is the good way to communicate across mediums?" They're like, "Yeah." So okay, well, we're gonna do an experiment. We're gonna do it. We're gonna continue using the Ouija board, but now we're gonna blindfold all of you. Then he blindfolds all of them and then has them do it. And of course, like it's not even hitting letters. It's like going nowhere. And they take the blindfold off and like, look, you asked your grandfather what year he died, and he wrote X, squiggle nothing.
Have you ever done one?
No. Have you?
Don't want to mess with it? No.
It just doesn't. It's not that I want to mess with it. It just seems stupid.
We should do one on the podcast.
First week goal.
Has anyone had a dead person on a podcast before? We could be a first.
What? Like have a dead guest?
Yeah, the ghost.
The ghost.
Not actual like
Or we could
corpse.
dig someone up. Whatever.
Whatever's
available.
How would? But doesn't like Milton Bradley distribute the one you can buy like at stores?
Yeah.
It just seems like such a weird product. Communicate with the
toys.
dead. Brought to you by the makers of Sorry. It's like when did we reach that point where this was like an occult thing, witchcraft, and now it's a family fun home game?
Harry Potter, man. Harry Potter.
It's got to have been on like Babysitter's Club or something, like some pop cultural thing where it became accepted and not ghost talk. I
feel most people aren't brave enough to even try it.
I'll do it.
Yeah?
I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I don't
But
believe
who's
it.
actually writing? If you and I did it and we spelled something out, like what's the science there?
What
One
do
of
you
us
mean?
is just being an asshole spelling shit out.
Well, one of us is like, I don't know. It depends on how forceful someone's lying.
Is it just subconscious?
Maybe. I don't even know who you're talking. What if we just did it and we didn't ask to talk to someone's grandpa? Just see what happens.
Who would you want to talk to?
If I could talk to anyone,
Yeah, like you have a Ouija board right now. Who are you contacting?
who am I going to contact? Well, I mean, obviously, I'd want to talk to like some famous dead people, like maybe. God, I don't know why Hitler came to mind, but
Why?
I don't know why.
He's gonna get tips on how to breed people.
Yeah,
I just
there
feel
you
like
go.
I'd be curious what he was thinking when he died. Why he? That's not a good answer. Never mind. Go back. Someone else answer.
So the most famous dead person you could think of is Hitler.
No. Cut back. Talk about the dick again.
That's why we normally we can cut stuff out.
Cut the
Not
dick.
this week. So if everyone's watching.
Let me think. I'll think of another.
What about like Amelia Earhart?
Yeah, I would like to know how she died
See, I'm saving him right there.
because I heard stuff about crabs.
What?
I heard things where she was like trapped on an island. There's
Eaten
rumors.
by crabs?
Yeah, like she got trapped on a little island or something and tried to live there, and there were giant crabs on the island, and she ended
It's
up.
like a giant food source.
Yeah, well, whatever. She might have died or been haunted by giant crabs. I also heard she ended up in Japan or something. There's rumors of that. Or
Like
I think that one was
prisoner of
debunked.
prisoner
Was
of
it?
war.
Yeah, I think that was debunked.
Yeah, it's a toss.
yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a good thing. Or maybe maybe other tragedies that we don't know what happened. I guess JFK wouldn't know who shot him.
What about Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yeah, that'd be...
CMC, Chris.
you asked
like the idea
JFK
of
who
you-
shot him. He goes, I don't fucking know.
I was
behind
wondering
me.
the same thing. Yeah, Oswald would be a good one because he didn't live much longer after that.
Right. You never really found out.
How long was he even alive after JFK?
Just a couple of days, right?
Yeah. It's crazy that footage of him being bipped is on camera. There's footage of that.
Yeah. It's a Pruder film.
Yeah. No, well, that's the JFK. I'm saying there's footage of Oswald.
Oswald,
being bipped.
Yeah.
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 JFK kind of makes sense because he's the president.
But still, I mean, he wasn't doing anything official. Like it was just a random person who had a camera. Like you wouldn't think that like random people.
But Oswald was in like specific protection to prevent him from getting assassinated.
that was also like a news event. He was being transported. You know,
True.
the press was there, so I can see why they'd have a camera. Like the JFK one is crazier to me, just because just some random citizen happened to have a camera.
It's just crazy that someone could walk up to Lee Harvey Oswald and point blank shoot him and then get away and nobody knew what happened.
Well, they caught him. They knew who it was.
They did, but
there
like
it is.
in the moment, they were like, "Where did this guy go? Where is he?" From that close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the face I'd make if I got shot.
Hey.
Yeah. Ask him about that face too when you talk to him.
No, I was thinking, I think I'd pick someone who, Jesus, maybe. It's a real person.
The way you said, "Oh Jesus," made me think.
That just popped in my head, but like that'd be a good person to chat with. Or someone who, like way back in history that, we don't really know what happened to, like people. There's someone before Alexander the Great who also like conquered a lot of the world, and I can't think of his name, but we don't really know much about him because there wasn't a lot of
Genghis
history.
Khan?
No, it wasn't him. I don't know.
Who would you pick?
I don't know. I think I like the Amelia Earhart one. That's an interesting one to me. I feel like she's been in the news again lately for some reason.
Yeah.
What about you? You got one in mind?
I'd tell Monty how good Ruby turned out.
Look at you.
He'd want to know, right?
Aw.
How does it work?
And I picked Hitler? God damn it, Gavin.
All right. Oh, we'll get away from that. You're the one who keeps bringing it up. Nobody else is talking about that. I saw this really crazy story earlier today where this couple in the Bay Area bought a private road in front of mansions for $90,000. And now they're trying to figure out how they can make money on it. So they're thinking about charging all the millionaires in their houses to park on the street.
Well, there's not enough space in the mansion grounds to park.
I don't know. Or just like, there's already cars parked there. Like visitors, maybe.
Wait, but aren't roads public? How do you buy
This was a private road.
But it's the only road to these houses.
The houses are all built on it.
Huh.
Apparently, they just never paid the property tax on the road for 30 years. And it was only like $14 a year. It was just like overlooked. So the city repossessed the road and then put it up for auction to pay the tax bill. And some couple bought it for $90,000.
That's a lot of money.
They said it's the block-long private oval street lined by 35 mega-million-dollar mansions.
35 mansions.
So yeah, it's just an oval street. Just looks like it's just south of the Presidio in San Francisco. Someone bought it. Now they bought it 2 years ago. They said they didn't tell anyone. They just consulted an attorney. They've been consulting an attorney for 2 years to figure out how to make sure that it cannot be taken away from them.
Yeah, I guess just have like a membership to the road.
Or like
Spikes all over it that
Make it
go
a toll
down.
road.
Oh my god! I mean that would work if if they're multimillionaires, then you just charge them like $100 to get to their house.
Absolutely crazy.
Even someone who lived there who was like a billionaire, there's no way they'd be happy with that.
No,
Even if they were getting rinsed for like $1 a time, they'd be livid.
Yeah, the unpaid tax, the back taxes was $994.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. They just overlooked paying it for 3 decades.
I don't see how they can make money. They used to make over 90 grand to be in profit.
Maybe sell the road back to them, back to the people who
yeah.
own it.
When you own a road, where does that end and begin? Like, does that include some? Does that go to the sidewalk?
So
like, what is that?
They said that with this particular road, it's an oval road that comes in off the street, and that at the point where it meets the public street, that there's a guard shack there.
Okay.
So I imagine it's at that point when it branches off of the public
And
street.
only the gravel of it. Like,
Right.
If you're on the grass, you're
Right.
you're on- okay.
I guess I would replace it all with just quicksand or something shitty. That then they
Wait,
would have to then.
then you're spending more money. That's just out of spite for no reason.
Yeah, I'd make it crap and then make them buy the road off me.
Oh, I see. Rather than you make it so
I'd make a
painful
load,
and annoying for
I'd
them.
make
and be
a
like,
load of arches. I'd turn it into a big tunnel, and I would line the top with birds' nests, so that it's just like a fecal rainstorm as you drive through. And I'd be like, buy the road, and I'll take the bird poo away.
What would you sell it for? What's your markup on a road?
Well, I've already put in 90 of my own money.
plus attorney fees.
Plus attorney.
2 years of attorney. Yeah, I'd probably want like 150 for it.
$150,000? $150,000?
Yeah.
No, you're selling cheap, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you've also got to think that. Well, I mean, are they all going to band together to buy back their road, or is it just be one person who?
They probably have to. I assume they have like an HOA or something that had owned it. So I assume they'll band together and the HOA would purchase it. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
So it's 30.
It's so weird to see so many mansions all squashed in like that.
So it's 35 millionaires. So if you charge them $1 million for it, divided by 35, that's just $28,500 each.
So you basically trapped those houses on the inside too, right? Like there's like 7 mansions on the inside that can't go anywhere. Like if you didn't want them to.
I feel like if you're rich enough to have a mansion, you want some land as well. Why would you want to be backed up against another mansion?
It's right by, I don't know, maybe it's right by the Presidio. They figured they just walk over there. Like, I mean, it's just, it's real close.
Yeah. Weird.
I don't know. That's one of the weirder stories I've read in recent memory. I can imagine, like you always hear like people bitching about HOAs and how HOAs screw them over. It's like you turn it around and you really screw the HOA over.
What does Twitter say that they would do with the road? Should we put it out to the internet?
They are not
Hashtag-
talking about. Oh, they can use hashtag RT
Podcast.
to let us know. Who is this? Independence saying that road is going to make some dollars for those people. That's about it. People are talking about Ouija boards still and about JFK.
Let us know if you heard from him.
Let us know if JFK knows anything.
Yeah.
Here, let me read this thing here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Blue Apron. Fresh, high-quality ingredients make a real difference, so it's important to know where your food comes from. For less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Choose from a variety of new recipes each week, or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you. Recipes are not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored. Some upcoming meals include basil pesto chicken, sautéed shrimp, and miso butter salmon. Blue Apron's freshness guarantee promises that every ingredient in your delivery arrives ready to cook, or they'll make it right. Customize your recipe each week based on your preferences. Blue Apron has several delivery options so you can choose what fits your needs, and there's no weekly commitment, so you only get deliveries when you want them. Check out this week's menu. Get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/roosterteeth. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/roosterteeth. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Thank you, Blue Apron, for sponsoring this podcast. I'm a little sad that they took the tape measure away.
I know. I was like, it must have gotten in the way, huh? Imagine what that guy must feel.
Yeah.
It gets in the way all the
You guys
damn
didn't see
time.
that, but Chris had put it where like it was right in front of my face on the camera. So
Should we sell a ruler that's 19?
19.1 inches. we should call it, like, that unit of measurement should be that guy's name.
What is his name?
I think he used a pseudonym because he wanted to protect his privacy. I think they said his name was Gary or something.
Could that
The
fit
Gary?
on a shirt? Could we just sell a shirt that
This is 19.1 inches?
Yeah. I guess
So one Gary.
there's extra smalls it might not fit on?
And then you go around.
What? How much would you charge if you had that penis?
Yeah.
How much would you charge for someone to see it?
To see it?
Yeah.
$90,000.
And anyone could just be like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'd set the price
no
high.
pictures, videos, just to see it.
I'd say $400.
Would you pay that to see it?
Would I pay it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe like, could I get a bunch of people to chip in and we all
And we all
at it
go
once?
look at it.
Is it $400 each or $400 total?
I think it's 400 a flash.
Oh. Then people are going to try to take advantage of you. Get a bunch of people in there.
You get 400 people to pay $1.
yeah.
I mean, the people at the back won't get a good view.
They might. It's 19 inches, man.
They might be able to touch it.
Like, how far away from a penis do you have to be before you can't really see it?
Well,
What?
Like, if I was here with my knob out, you'd see it.
Yeah.
If I was, like, right down the end at the far fence, you could see that, you know, at a distance that I'm just all flesh below the belt,
We wouldn't see anything.
but you wouldn't see any detail.
well, if you knew it was coming, you'd bring binoculars.
Yeah, like, what's the critical dick rate of, like, distance?
Probably 40 feet. I don't know. I'm sure it depends on the penis and the stance.
And the stance, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy could get into a 3-point stance without using his hands. Like the best football player ever. He's like a fucking tripod, just leaning forward, ready to run. So we've talked about this before, you and I, about that Horizon milk that stays good forever.
Yeah.
Have you all ever seen that?
Is that the one with the red?
It's red. It's got like a cow on it.
Oh, yeah. I buy that just because it stays good.
Yeah, it's good for like 3 months or something.
Yeah.
It's like a ridiculously long amount of time.
Do you refrigerate it or no?
That's what I'm getting at. I read this weekend that you don't have to refrigerate it before you open it.
You having a laugh?
That-
Wow, what is this stuff that I'm drinking?
Apparently, it's ultra pasteurized. So when they pasteurize it, they use like a really high temperature, and then once they seal it, it's fine. You don't have to refrigerate it. Once you open it, you do have to refrigerate it. But that they don't keep it on the shelves because people don't trust warm milk. Like nobody would want to buy milk
We should
on a
run
warm
to
shelf like
HEB
that
now and buy some and just leave it on the set
for like a month.
for longer than a month. It will last a month in the fridge once it's open, but we should leave it for a year and see if we can drink it in a year.
Or just do just push it to the limit. Maybe just do the 3 months.
3 months? The thing is, once we open it, we're committed to.
You got to drink it.
Okay,
They're sending Ben.
we'll get some of that weird milk.
Wait, just in time. Can Ben get 2? We could do one at Extra Life and then one at next year's Extra Life.
Oh,
That's great. We'll write the date to be open on it.
Yes.
I like that. The thing, yeah, because I've had times where it's been like Christmas time and I've gone home for like a week, or sometimes I've gone home to renew my visa, which takes way longer, and I've come back and my milk is still good, and that to me is insane. Like living in England where all the milk I ever had was bad in like 5
That's why
days.
I buy it. Like I know, like I don't drink a lot of milk, and if I'm traveling,
Yeah, I mainly just have it like cereal and putting it in tea and stuff.
they said that there's when I read the article I read said there was another brand that did it also, Stonyfield, but I've never seen that one. The only one I know is that Horizon.
I feel like the times I've been to Europe, not England, but my brother lives in Berlin, like they drink warm milk too, or like when they buy it, it's warm. Like when I wanted fresh milk or like refrigerated milk, it was hard to find. And my relatives by marriage, my brother's German wife thought I was a weirdo for wanting cold milk, and I was like, I don't.
You want milk on the rocks?
Yeah, it was strange.
I mean, that's how it comes out.
Warm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's naturally warm.
Yeah.
But I guess
I think it's just to do with the way you grew up drinking it. If you grew up drinking it warm, it's probably weird to have it ice cold.
Oh, someone who is this on Twitter, CC Caputo says you wouldn't need your cold mailbox anymore.
There you go. Crap invention.
Yeah.
you're what?
Well, I thought it'd be a good invention. Because if you get groceries delivered, right, and there's milk in there, and we live in Texas, it goes hot.
Uh-huh.
So there was like an ice box or a cold mailbox, refrigerated. What's funny about it? It makes sense. And they'd slop all the milk in there. And then you have to like rush home and save your milk.
It's just have a fridge outside by your front lawn.
That's what we said.
Look,
Yeah.
if I just put a mini fridge outside my front door, someone's going to nick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just chain it.
So you what? You
It's going to look so ugly, a chained up fridge. It'll look like such a trashy
so
arsehole.
What if someone just came in and like was just taking your groceries?
What?
Like they just go
open
buy
your
a can of
mailbox.
beer.
Yeah, but why would they check it? Like, nobody nicks your mail.
Sometimes it happens.
People stolen your mail before?
But people have their mail stolen. People have packages stolen.
That's a federal offense.
So's nicking milk, probably.
I don't know about milk.
That's local.
Yeah, that's like such a mild crime. No one's. It's like he stole my milk.
If someone nicked my milk, I would be equally annoyed.
If you call a police officer, you'd be like, "Yes, officer, someone stole my milk," and they're like, "From what?" Well, I have this fridge mailbox, and he's like, "You have a mailbox fridge?" He's like, "Yeah, because sometimes I like to get groceries delivered and blah blah."
Stole from the local milk people.
So Patrick is saying that milk leaves the cow at 101 degrees Fahrenheit and is promptly cooled and stored at 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
So not frozen, but close.
Yeah.
That's some hot milk. 101?
Yeah. And I looked up ultra pasteurization, which is that process that they use for Horizon. It's the process of heating milk to approximately 280 degrees Fahrenheit for just 2 seconds and then chilling it back down rapidly.
2 seconds. What happens if you go longer? Does it start evaporating?
I guess. I don't know.
Have you ever had fresh milk from a milk? I mean from a cow. From a cow.
From a moo-moo? You had moo-moo that's been fresh?
Cow dropped its moo.
Fresh milk from a cow.
I've had fresh goat milk, but I've never had fresh cow milk.
Never had fresh milk other than maybe when I was a baby.
Can we get Ben to go and get a cow while he's out? Would you suck straight from a cow?
Like, are you talking about like squirting into my mouth or actually sucking on the teat?
Either.
It's not that much difference, really.
Well, one's a little grosser. I would. Yeah, I think I would. I would just, if someone was like, or if I guess I could do it if. Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Josh? Thoughts?
I'd probably do it. Yeah.
I mean, imagine
Once.
what if you're like,
I'll do it once.
Do anything once.
Yeah.
What's the gnarliest, grossest thing you've ever done?
Ooh.
Like on the level of sucking straight from a cow at a...
mine would have been something on Extra Life Stream. I ate like a,
Oh, God. Yeah.
like
you
a
guys went crazy.
spider and egg and all that weird stuff, and then baby birded it to. I don't know.
So disgusting.
I ate that double down with Jack's beard hair.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was
pretty bad.
I can't think of mine. I remember we used to trick my little brother into drinking pee that was in Mountain Dew bottles as a kid.
Oh.
What?
Well, it was mostly my older brother who did it. But I remember one trip we were riding in my dad's truck, and he had it was my two younger brothers. The older one of the two had made the younger one drink, and he just started crying, and no one knew why. And so everyone looks back, and we're like, "What's wrong?" And then eventually got out that he'd pissed in this Mountain Dew bottle and made him drink it. And then my dad was like, "All right, I can either pull over and spank your ass right now, or you can take a big chug from it yourself." So he decides he's going to drink it. So he takes the bottle and he puts it to his lips, and he tries to fool people that he's like, drinking it. He's doing that sideways trick where it's perfect.
Oh, God.
And my older brother just goes, wham! And like knocks it straight out. Just goes straight down his throat. And he stops a second, like he puts it down and he stops and he's fine. And all of a sudden, just starts falling. So yeah. That's what we do in our family. We drink our own piss. Apparently.
How much would it take for you to drink your own pee?
It depends how much
It's directly behind you.
pineapple I get. I don't know.
Say you're the tastiest man on earth.
The tastiest pee on earth. Well, then it would probably not much. I don't know. I'd probably do it under some.
Could I funnel it
Thing.
straight past my taste buds, like into the gullet through a hose?
No.
All right. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I have a neighbor who was a friend, like growing up. Like there weren't many kids in my town, and like this guy, I don't know, we were just friends because we were approximately the same age. But like I never, even as a kid, I never really liked hanging out with him because I knew he would lie all the time, and like pathological lie or like stuff that's not even important, just like. Oh yeah, I went
Just for the sake of it.
to the grocery store today. Like, no, you didn't. I know you didn't. You've been with me all day. But yeah,
But don't you remember we went to the grocery store?
And but yeah, he told a story like that once that he was and again lies about stuff. Why would you lie about this? Sounds familiar in this day and age. But he told a story once about how he was taking a piss at the toilet, deciding he wanted to know what it tasted like, so he pointed it up at his mouth and drank it. And I was like, I know you didn't do that, dude. It's like
There's much easier ways to try it.
And why are you telling me this? Like, this is a story you're telling me to like, I don't know, like impress me or be friends. Like, it's like such a weird story.
You just weren't impressed.
I was not impressed, but I remember it to this day. We must have been like 9, and I was like, no, that didn't happen. You ever had to like hang out with people like that? Like when you're younger, it's like,
Yeah.
it's proximity. You're close. You're physically close, and you don't have a car or any way to get anywhere else.
Trapped in the lies.
Yeah.
So day 5's coming out, right? Came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Already canceled. One day.
How many episodes is it this season? Have you said?
8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 more. And straight through. There's no season breaks or anything. It's 8 episodes, and it's cool.
Well, and then the whole first season is free right now on Rooster Teeth. So
Why are you
can watch
looking
it.
around all shifty?
I don't know. I was looking. I don't know. I was verifying that is correct information.
Yes.
It's correct.
All right,
It is live right now. You can go to
So
rooster.com.
people who
and
are
watch.
like, I haven't watched the first season yet. Now you have no choice.
You can binge
You
it.
have no choice.
You have to watch it. There will be a quiz.
We should have a version where it's episode 1 of season 2, and it says previously on day 5, and it just shows every single thing, like back to back every episode.
It's just a 4.5 hour.
You see how long people are going to be watching it, like, is this just the whole episode?
But too bad you have like the
Yeah, you
play
can
bar
see.
at the bottom. You can see how long it is.
Because how long is the first season?
It's about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not terribly. I mean, you could do it in a day, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super bingeable.
You could do it tonight, and it will still be today by the time you finish.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good math. So
In some places.
and you also filmed a lot longer this time.
We did. Yeah.
I'm shocked that it's out already. I figured post would have taken a lot longer.
Well, we did it concurrently. So we started shooting. We shot for 13 straight weeks, so three months straight, which is the longest shoot Rooster Teeth's ever had. I think the first season was the last record holder at 10 weeks. But yeah, no, we started shooting mid-February, and so even like after the first week, we were already in post. So I would be on set, show running or directing if it was a specific episode, and then I would basically like any free days I'd be in at the post house already cutting stuff. So
Did you shoot in order?
no, it was the most out of order shoot ever because we block shot it like a feature film, so we had to do it by location. So for instance, like we went to Alpine and Marfa for 3 weeks and filmed out there. And we had pieces of all 8 episodes that take place out there. And so that meant, like having different directors out there. I mean, Chris and Aaron, and then we have 2 other directors this season, Stu and, Max. So there were days where 4 directors would hand off the reins in a single day. That's
nuts.
it was madness. Yeah. And the wind destroyed our set in West Texas too. We built this big, beautiful camp set. And day 1, it just picked it up and threw it. And we're like, well, cool, we're going to a soundstage. So, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, porta potties got flipped over with just shit everywhere.
Shame there was no footage of that all being sucked
yeah.
away.
Well, yeah,
Some.
you really, it's hard to film that stuff because it would just happen. You'd just be sitting there all of a sudden and be like, God's just like,
Yeah, it was like a big just dust tornado came through and it was gone. Like 5 minutes, it was wiped out. Gone.
How long
like,
did it take to build?
Like 2 weeks.
And it's gone just instantly.
Yeah,
It's awful.
it was great. It was great morale. That
So is that bad enough to be like an insurance claim at that point?
yes,
Nice.
yeah, which is weird. Did you think of like the weather that would impact a shoot? I feel like wind is not the first thing you think. It's like lightning or rainstorms or something. But
Didn't that happen as well on the first, well, not the first Star Wars, the episode 1 shoot? Didn't a load of their stuff blow away on Star
I think
Wars?
the
Episode
script blew
1?
away.
There's a trade embargo on it. So y'all rebuilt that tent city, and it looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. And there were like 3 or 4 iterations of it too. We over here next door at stage 3 we rebuilt a tent, but there was one that was like more supposed to be the interior, and then there was like an outer perimeter, and there was kind of like a big family tent, and they would just redo. So we'd block shot. So if there was any episodes that required the interior of the camp, we'd have to shoot them then, and then rebuild it, take a day to rebuild. And
So I walked through that set with you, and like when you walked in, if you were in the middle of it, it felt like you were in the desert, like in the middle of a camp somewhere.
Yeah,
It didn't seem at all like you were on a stage.
yeah, I would actually go between takes, or if they were changing camera setups and I was directing, I would go take a nap in one of the other tents and just make the PAs find me.
You could have blown away, Josh. You
Yeah.
could have been, you should have been killed.
I could have been, yeah.
I'm sad I died in the first season. I couldn't be in this one.
Did you have any lines, or was it just you just did your thing and that
I think
was
he said,
it?
Hey,
Did I have a line?
Yeah,
oh,
I
yeah,
I
I
think
think I
so.
said.
Oh, you said occupied. Also.
Oh, yeah. A little
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
it was funny.
It was good. It was a good cameo.
Yeah, everyone was like, it was really dark.
Did you actually get in?
Yeah. Climbed up, didn't I?
Yeah.
I don't think I got pushed in.
Yeah. We built that specially for the show too, because it turns out that is a morgue wall, right? One of those big morgue walls like you see on shows, but morgues don't look like that anymore. Like they're basically walk-in freezers now.
Oh.
Yeah. And so we couldn't find one to film in, so we blew a bunch of money just building a wall, and only 2 of the drawers actually work.
I'm
I
glad,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't make me get in a real morgue drawer. I can't talk about it yet because Laser Team 2 isn't out, but there's like a scene that happens in that very same place. It's like quite an important scene in the movie, but in the exact same area where I was once in a morgue drawer.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much has happened literally in that exact spot.
Yeah, and that's the same room we also filmed all the briefing scenes for Little Roosters. It's the exact same room.
The big round table.
Oh, there you are in day 5.
There you are.
There's me. Got on a plane like an hour later.
Yeah, well, because you were filming that let's play battle thing.
Yeah,
right. And
I think we talked about this before. How that cameo came to be.
I was like, "Hey, you want to come do this thing?"
I just saw you running through the through the back. I was like, "All right, Chris," and you're like, "You want to be in day 5 tomorrow?" I was like, "All right." Going to the airport, but sure.
Yeah.
And that's one of the tough things with the show, though, is finding good cameos for Rooster Teeth talent and not making it distracting. Because I think it's really easy to be like, even if you just threw someone in the background as a body, it'd be like, oh, haha, there's Bernie, but there's like a really emotional scene in the foreground. So you're like, it'll pull you out.
It's like slotting them in where it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I guess.
Someone
It was a fun cameo.
Someone was asking a question. Who is this? CJ Gamer ATX asks, what was the funnest episode you did?
The funnest.
At first I thought it said funniest.
Maybe he meant funny.
Well, it's hard to say because they're on a particular episode. There's so many different types of scenes and tones, and
Yeah.
because there are a lot of actual comedic scenes, but then also a lot of like cry stuff and action-y stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more action this season, which is fun. We had really fun guest stars. We had William Sadler, who is Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
He's in Shawshank Redemption.
He's the main guy in Demon Knight.
He's the guy who gets the knife held to him, right? In Shawshank?
Yeah.
By the old dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's the naked yoga bad guy in Die Hard 2.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The opening shot of that villain is his ass.
Which I talked to him about that scene, and he said that was not in the script, and that was Rennie Harlan. He said, yeah, Rennie Harlan came over before the day before they were supposed to shoot it, and was like, oh yeah, but I think this would be better if you were naked. And so he had them punt the scene to the end of the Die Hard 2 shoot so that he could get in good enough shape to be naked.
Get the butt looking good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, so you punt it to the end. That way you could ask for more money because they already have the whole thing filmed. And it's like, well, shit, we can't get that.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I mean, weird enough, I ran into him. I didn't talk to him or anything, but I saw him on the street in New York when I was there for the Laser Team premiere, like a year and a half ago. So it was weird that like a year later he was actually in our production. So it's like,
yeah, it's cool when you get to work with people and you've just like lightly crossed paths before.
yeah,
It's a nice icebreaker sometimes.
yeah.
So was it stressful? Was it like pretty smooth?
Did
Did you get really annoyed one day? Did you throw anything?
Not at someone.
I feel like you disappeared for a long time.
I did. That was the drugs. No, it was tough. It was a really tough shoot. Like it was super fun, but it was definitely, I mean, just because of the order we shot in, and overlapping post with shooting, which is like if I wasn't on set, I was definitely doing something. We also like rewrote a lot.
Like while we were shooting.
Yeah. And because we weren't filming in order, we had times where we had written and filmed a payoff scene in episode 8 and still had to basically retro revise scenes from like episode 5 and 6 or something to make them fit. And it's just like trying to keep track of all that stuff is just, it's madness. Yeah. But I think it works.
Yeah. No, it all, I don't know how.
I know.
I don't know how, but it all came together and makes sense and it like feels really good.
Yeah. The camp stuff I'm super happy with.
Yeah.
Because really that's like a bunch of locations. And we did that in season 1 too. There's the episode where we had Joe Estevez where he's a crazy news reporter. And that news station is actually like 5 different locations stitched together depending on the shot. So yeah.
So which episode are you most looking forward to coming out?
7 and 8.
Very end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the end's good. I think we weren't super like, we'd always kind of felt like, because we had the original season 1 we had written as 10 episodes initially. We had a 10 episode outline. We crunched it down to 6. And then at the end, I think we kind of felt like we would have liked 7 episodes to really kind of be able to flesh it out. And then because of that, we always felt like at the ending, we left a little bit too much out. Like it needed just a little more of a seasonal answer. And I think we really got to stick the landing for season 2.
Yeah.
Like season 2 pays off.
I really like the cast. Like we see them quite a lot at events and stuff, and they're always about. They're real fun to, shoot the shit and get drunk with.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Walker. Get him drunk.
No.
He keeps trying to marry his aunt, so if she's out there, Shannon, if you're watching.
Wait, what? Does he have a hot aunt or something?
Yeah. Aunt Shannon.
I bet he loves you talking about it.
Yeah, he does. So I told him we're going to get married and we're going to be called Shenanigans. So,
So good.
That's a good one.
yeah.
No, and the episodes come out every Sunday, right?
Every Sunday, yeah. So the premiere just came out last Sunday and it'll run for 7 more weeks.
Have you said about how long the whole time-wise the whole thing will be?
Time-wise, like running time?
Yeah, runtime.
It's like 6 hours for the whole season. Yeah. They're like TV hour, 45-minute episodes.
We got delivery over here.
Is that the milk?
Is that the milk?
Let's see the milk.
Did you get two?
Okay, I do recognize this carton. I've definitely seen this.
All right. Can I get a Sharpie also? Okay, they're cold right now because, like I said, they sell them.
So these expire on the
says
21st
September
of
21st.
September.
All right. Oh, thank you.
That's crazy.
It says,
It's not even the 21st of August.
well, it does say best if open by sell-by date.
That's not that
Best
far
if
out, though.
open by then.
It's over a month.
Show the date
Yeah,
on
I
the
thought
top.
you said it was like 3 months.
That is an insane. That's milk. How does it last that long?
Okay, so this one I'm going to dry it off here on the front, and I'm going to write Extra Life 2017.
Yeah.
And that one is Extra Life 2018.
No.
Okay, here
Perfect.
we go. You're watching it right here.
Let's get lovely.
It's still kind of wet, so I'm going to wait because it's the Sharpie's wiping off.
Oh, okay.
So we'll wait. At the end of the episode, I'll write it on there. Just got to remind me about that. Could I get a paper towel or two also? That way I can dry it
You
off
know,
a bit?
the last 2 extra lives, I've chugged milk.
Oh, well, this is
I'm not
you're the
doing
one
it
who's
again.
doing it.
I'm not doing it again.
Should make Aaron chug milk. He's lactose intolerant, so it'll be a better show.
I think Michael
Yeah.
is too. For some reason, always chugs milk though.
Here, let me read this thing here.
Hey, it's TPG.
What's up, man? I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Casper. Casper is an online retailer of premium mattresses for a fraction of the cost. Casper makes outrageously comfortable mattresses you've probably heard about a million times on podcasts, but as someone who has a Casper mattress, I can tell you it does live up to the hype, and that's true. That's not just copy. Casper's mattress is an obsessively engineered mattress at a very fair price. Casper is made of supportive memory foam for a sleep surface with just the right sink and just the right bounce. Plus, its breathable design sleeps cool to help you regulate your temperature throughout the night. You can buy it easily online, completely risk-free. It'll be delivered right to your door in a compact box. Casper understands the importance of truly trying out a mattress that in all reality you spend a third of your life on. Casper offers free delivery and painless returns within a 100-day period, so you don't have to lie down in a showroom. Get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/RT. Use promo code RT. Terms and conditions apply. Free shipping and returns to the US, Canada, and now the UK. Oh. The UK is included now. So thanks to Casper for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
I have a question about presidents.
Okay.
So Trump is the
45th, I believe.
45th. Mm-hmm. But there was once a president who he did 8 years, but not back to back.
Correct.
Yeah.
So does that mean he was 2 of the presidents?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
He counts
So-
as 2 numbers?
Yeah.
So
Because
he was like the 20th and the 22nd or
Right.
something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a broken system, isn't it?
Well,
So Trump's the 44th president.
44th different, but he's the 45th in a
45th.
row. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still the 45th.
Chronologically.
Is he still the 45th?
Yeah. It's like if we'd all be really mad if this happened, but if Lucasfilm repackaged Star Wars Episode 1 and released it as Episode 8, it would still be Episode 8, even though it's already come out.
All right.
And that was what I was thinking about in the shower this morning.
So Patrick sent me something from this milk brand's FAQ. How long can I keep Horizon Milk products after the date on the package? The date on the package is called the best by date. To ensure, they use the wrong ensure. To ensure the highest quality and best tasting product, we always recommend using products by the date stamped on the container. Products opened before the best by date should be refrigerated at all times and should stay fresh for approximately 7 days after opening. Okay.
7 days?
Horizon, I've not.
way longer than that.
Way longer than that. Horizon single serve products are specifically whatever, doesn't matter. Those are single serves. Okay, so that's it.
I've done like 47 days.
I've done the whole thing. I'll go through the whole refrigerated section and I'll find the one with the date furthest in the future
Yeah,
and get
That's
that
what
one.
I do.
Yeah, I do that too. Yep.
Yeah.
We're all doing the same thing. Does everyone do that? Does everyone just take from the back
Yeah.
to get the
Yeah,
unrotated
so.
stuff?
Extra.
So there's some poor guy that always gets like the one day. He's got one day to drink his milk
Yeah.
every time
I hope
because
he
it's so
really
slow.
likes
I bet
milk.
because everyone does that though. If people do it without even reading or
really
looking, the freshest stuff is probably at the front.
All right, that's Extra Life 2017.
Okay. You want to get a close up of that on the camera?
It's kind of hard to see. It's like kind of faded.
What are you gonna do? Just set it on the shelf back there?
Yeah, we'll set it one here and one over there.
When is Extra Life?
It's in November.
November 11th is this year.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
Look at that.
I'm gonna try to come back to Extra Life this year. I'm not gonna do a Cheese Master late night thing. I'll probably come in the middle of the day and
We'll see.
Yeah.
have a respectful video game time.
Sure.
Oh man, I got into something this weekend. Speaking of video games, people have been talking about this forever. And here's 2018. Okay, people have been talking about this game forever, and I just missed it, and I finally got into it. I don't know if anyone here plays it. I started playing Stardew Valley.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I played that for a while.
Fuck. Like, I tried it once before, and it just really didn't grab me. I really didn't get into it. But man, this weekend, like, it's all I could think about. Like, I would fall asleep thinking about Stardew Valley. Then in the morning, my eyes would open. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Have you got to the bottom of the mines yet?
No, I'm on level 25 of the mines.
Oh, you got a ways to go.
Yeah.
What kind of game is it?
You,
It's some dog shit little farming game.
yeah, you're a character who inherits a farm, and all you do is manage the farm. You, like, clean up the field. You decide what to plant. You have to water it every day. Then you go to town and like sell your crops or buy new seeds. And then there's a mine you can go to and you can mine ore and make metal bars to make other equipment.
It's
So
a
like,
lot about time management and like
just-
planning your day.
It's just that other game. What is it?
Minecraft?
No, that came out on Super Nintendo and 64. The farming game.
Farm.
No, it was
Super
a farming,
Farm.
No, the farming game in Harvest Moon.
that's Stardew
Just
Valley,
Harvest
yeah.
Here's Stardew Valley. So this is planting some corn by the looks of it. Water. You got to make sure all the crops are watered every day.
Yeah, it's Harvest Moon.
I finally got a recipe for a sprinkler and I was so excited. But it's like that shitty first sprinkler you get.
Like
and
just does 4.
Yeah, just as 4. It's like, I spent so much time getting copper and iron for that. I got so fucking mad.
Yeah, and you can work
You're
all the way
playing
up
a
to like,
farming game.
iridium and
A lot of
stuff.
fun.
And when you like upgrade a tool, you have to take it to some bloke, and then he keeps it for like over a day.
It's bullshit.
bullshit.
I haven't done that yet.
Wait, how do the days? Are there in-game days or is it like real time?
In-game
In-game.
days.
Okay.
But you have to make sure you're like if you're deep in the mines, you have to make sure you get back home. Otherwise, you pass out from being tired and you lose some crap. What
I
do
don't
you
know.
lose?
It almost happened to me once. I got in my bed like at midnight on the dot.
I think I only played it for 2 or 3 weeks, but it was like every spare moment I would just load it up. I put Boot Camp on my Mac just so I could play it before there was a Mac version. And the moment I sort of didn't play it one day, I was like, I think I'm done with it, and I just never touched it again because it was too much.
Well, they're making
too
a
much.
Switch version, which is really scary. To
Oh
me. Yeah.
shit! Are you serious?
Yeah, it's coming out later this year.
Oh no!
So like now I don't want to get too invested in it. 'Cause I'm like, I'm just going to redo it on the Switch when that comes out.
God.
Anyway, like you said, it sounds really dumb, but I don't know. There's something about it. It just grabs you.
And there's so much to it as well. Like, there was this whole part of the game that I didn't even touch. Like you can give people a gift every day or 2
yeah.
gifts, and then you have to like give people the right stuff. Didn't do any of that. Didn't give a shit about that. I wanted to farm and I wanted to mine and catch some crabs and shit. But I didn't want to talk to anyone else in the game.
Yeah, you can like romance some of the characters
Yeah.
if they're single.
There was a whole other side I
You
didn't
can
talk
find
to.
out like what they like and what they don't like. Everyone has a schedule, like on certain days of the week. Like like so and so's going to be at home because it's Monday, but if it was Saturday, she'd be at the market right now. Or
Yeah.
it's-
So you stalk people, basically, is what you're saying.
And then there's
you,
this old
Farm
abandoned
stalker.
there's an abandoned house with weird with weird like floaty blobby things, and you have to complete
you have to
a bunch of
investigate.
crap.
Like, what are they?
And I didn't ever do that. I filled out a few of those pages.
They have like
So addictive.
dating simulator games, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a thing, right?
Because isn't everyone playing that Dream Daddy game right now?
I played it a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are really into that.
What is that about?
I believe I just played a little bit of the opening bit with the No on one of their live streams. You're a dude with a daughter who moves to a new town, and you meet like all the other dudes in the town and figure out like who you want to romance from them, or who like is a compatible match. It's right here.
Thank you.
But what was I saying? Oh, so the one I've played the most is that How to Fool Boyfriend, which is the pigeon dating simulator, where you figure out like which pigeon is the best match for you, and you go on dates with it.
Are you a pigeon?
I don't remember.
God.
Maybe not.
You don't remember whether or
who's
not
trying
you're
to
a
date
pigeon?
birds?
I think you're a pigeon too. It was you're a human.
Your human is Shag's pigeons?
Huh.
Look, I'm not gonna judge.
When does that come to Switch? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I played that one a couple of years ago, but I mean, it's so dumb. It's just like
That picture just showed two pigeons kissing, though.
That's just man.
What is happening?
Oh, there's people.
well, that's like their human personas.
Oh.
I feel like Tinder and all the dating apps are just video games, but in real, like they're
no
just dating
response.
simulators.
Yeah.
Do you still do that stuff? Tinder and that?
Yeah,
Are you ever worried that someone will know who you are, though? From this?
yeah. I try to avoid that. I don't have any public stuff on me. I don't have like my public Instagram link to it or anything like that.
But if you use your real name, people find it, right?
I
don't know how
have a
Tinder
real
works.
name. It's just Chris.
All right.
Yeah.
Funny Chris.
No, I had this was a while ago. I was meeting up with a girl at a bar, and I go to this bar, and I'm there a little early, so I sit down, and I sit at this bar stool, and this other girl who I sat next to, when I sat down, she just looks at me like big eyes. I'm like, oh, is someone sitting here? And she was like, no, you can sit here. And then, so I sit down, and I order a beer, and I'm waiting. And then she starts like thumping my leg like this, but she's not looking at me. So she's faced away and just like thumping my leg. And I'm like, and I look over, and there's this like old dude talking to her.
Oh.
And she was like, and I was like, oh, she wants me to like
Rescue.
Yeah. So
Rescue
I was
mission.
like, I'm like, oh, hey, and I'm like, act like we know each other, and we're talking. And then this old dude's like, he's drunk. She's like, we're talking, and she's like, help me, just that.
Oh God.
Yeah. so then he was like, so how do you guys know each other? Because he's really drunk. And I was like, we're engaged.
Wait, who said you said that?
Oh my god! And then she looks to the other side and she's like,
No, I said, and he was like, prove it. Well, he didn't say prove it, but he was like, what do you mean? How do you know? Because I walked up, I was like, is anyone sitting here? And I didn't have a ring or anything. And we just had I had to come up with the whole backstory why we didn't believe in rings and stuff.
Why didn't you believe in rings?
Well, it was an anti-religious thing because we wanted to believe that like their love should not be bound by materials and it should be like open and it was an emotional connection, not a physical connection.
Help me.
And then, he kept talking to her, and then the girl was like, she got kind of touchy
with you.
Yeah. So then she was like, she kept like put her arm around me, and then eventually she starts rubbing my cock.
What? What?
We're engaged, I promise.
It's because it was below your knee.
So then we're at this bar talking to this old dude and this girl, and she's just like and I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, we have to make it believable. I'm like,
What? That's what's making it believable?
He's gonna be looking at your cock. So who was sat next to you on the other side?
I don't know if anyone was. I might have been at the edge of the bar. I don't know. No one's over there. So she's rubbing my cock, and this old guy's getting really mad and jealous. And then my actual date walks up.
Oh, no.
She's sitting next to you on the other side.
No, she's like, what's going on? And then I was like, this is my fiance. Because I had to.
Oh man. I like that you were that early as well. That all of this stuff took
She was
place. Why'd
late.
you get
The other girl was
late.
late.
Okay.
Oh my god!
And I just went home after that.
How long after that did you break up with that girl? Oh my god! Well, I've never had a stranger rub my cock in a bar, so I feel like I'm not living.
Did you actually get to have a real date after the other one let go? of your cock?
No. It was just awkward, and it's because I just left.
Well, you could have left with her though. I mean, at that point, the story's just whatever.
Yeah, but I didn't want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like the cock grubbing?
Huh? No. Wait, which one are you talking about?
Did you wanted
My
to...
fiance? No, we weren't. I don't know. I wasn't feeling. I don't think I was. It was more of a one-handed type thing.
What?
One hand, like she was just her hand on my cock. That was it.
That was the extent.
That was the extent
That
of
was
it.
what the whole
I get
relationship
ya.
was based on.
That's fucking bizarre.
Wait, so was she making big eyes at you at the beginning because she was like, "Save me"?
Yes.
Eyes? Oh, I thought you were gonna say she recognized you. 'cause you
No,
were coming off the
no.
other thing.
She was making me like help me eyes, and I was like, I don't know. I thought she was like, don't sit here.
So did you want us to stop fiddling with your?
I would,
Tom?
yeah. I mean, I was just like, oh, okay. I was just like, I was like,
Do you think it was an elaborate setup by that woman and the other guy?
I don't think it was that. I think
He wanted to see her rub a stranger's cock in a bar.
They were actually
no,
Right.
What I think she actually wanted the old dude to leave her alone, but then also at some point in that interaction started hitting on me legitimately. Yeah.
That's a very forward way of doing that.
Yeah. I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work male to female.
No, it would not. No, it would not.
I mean, shouldn't really work female to male. I don't know. I sort of don't know why.
I was just kind of like, I was like kind of taken aback by it, and I was like, I'm just gonna. No, I didn't know what it wasn't a long.
I feel like dudes typically in history are such pieces of shit when it comes to sexual harassment that as a dude you're not trained to recognize when you're being sexually harassed. Like you could have been like, "What are you doing? You're touching my penis. Stop! You're insane."
Well, it didn't start. She started out just like arm on the leg type thing, and then she just started like moving it.
Did you get a semi at least?
Well, yeah, you're gonna if you're getting like
You're engaged, Gavin. Of course he's going.
you
to.
can't not if you're. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Do you think you'll buy a ring just in case that ever happens again? Just so
No.
you can prove it?
That's
He's the
What's
anti-pickup artist.
Yeah, the guy can be like, "How do you know each other?" And then you could like bring the ring out, like, "We're engaged, maybe." like
engaged?
he's watching the proposal happen. She's my girlfriend. I guess this is as good as time as any.
What a night!
yeah. So the other Tinder girl that I was supposed to meet, she left, and then I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go." And then the fiance was like, "Let me give you my number." She gave me her number.
Where was this? You want to say what bar it was? Or?
No, because
Okay.
it's near where I live.
Oh.
So I don't.
Well, no one would have known
Yeah.
that.
Oh well. Okay. Well now. Okay.
God.
Oh, you're something else, Chris.
God, yeah, we were talking about Chris's aloofness the other day, and because we were talking about this flight we took to Sydney together, and we were on the plane to Sydney, and the stewardess comes up, she has the meals, and she goes, "Chicken or fish?" And he goes, "Genuine, no irony. Well, what do you recommend?" Like
Like it's a sommelier with bottles of wine.
so she just stares at him and goes, "It's chicken or fish."
She's having none of it.
Oh my god.
Was that an attempt at flirting?
No, I
He wanted a genuine recommendation.
because I was like, all right,
What did
it's
you get?
airplane food. It's probably not the best. Which of the two is better?
What did you end up getting?
I don't know.
I think he got chicken.
I think probably chicken because I was like, there
was no dressing.
Fish probably isn't a good idea on an airplane.
Yeah.
Why not? Smell?
Yeah, just I don't know, like something about fish. It's like it's the opposite of air. Like no. A fish. Okay, you're in an airplane flying in the air. A fish is below sea water. Like
Right.
it's the furthest thing away from being in the air. At least
Chicken is technically closer.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Just by pure sea level numbers. Unless it's a mountain lake or something, and then not so much.
yeah.
So you don't like to eat stuff sourced far from your location?
Well, especially seafood. I mean, think about seafood. All right, you're at an
cooked, though.
oceanfront.
Yeah.
You're gonna order seafood because it's like presumably fresher because you're near the ocean. If you're in the middle of like, I don't know,
The sky.
the sky or like a landlocked state, you're not gonna order the seafood
Well, yeah, but it's 2017 and technology is good enough to keep
to keep milk.
Yeah, milk. We're going to be drinking that next year.
the best sushi I've had is in Austin.
No,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Uchi.
that's pretty good sushi.
It is good.
And I've had sushi in coastal, and I've had it in Tokyo.
Man, on the way back, where was I flying? I was flying back from Tokyo a couple years ago. I was flying on All Nippon Airways, which I'd never flown on before, and it was interesting because like they come around, they're bringing all the meals, and it's a Japanese airline, so they're only speaking Japanese, everything's Japanese, and like they ask like you want. I remember they asked me if I wanted the Asian meal or the Western meal. I was like, I'll take the Western meal, and my wife was with me, Esther was with me, and we finished eating. And then I'm looking at my plate, and it's got, it's like that tray with the tray liner and then all the containers on top of it. And I look over at hers, and I'm like, yours says you're a winner. She's like, what? And then, like, I'm comparing, I'm like, look, mine says, all this information about the airline. Yours just says you are a winner. Like, alert your flight attendant.
She won a prize?
Yeah, and then so they come by to, like, pick up all the trays. And then I'm like, look, like I pointed out, like it says, her tray says she's a winner. And the flight attendant's like, oh, okay. And then like she leaves and then comes back. And she's got like this selection of like really shitty prizes you could choose from. It was like a beach ball, a coupon book, and something else. I can't remember what. And Esther was like, I guess I'll take the coupon book. I don't know.
Didn't have much use for a beach ball on a plane.
It was like so weird. The weirdest little touch.
That sounds fun though.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
like
love
little
gamifying
fries. Have you
stuff.
been to the I don't know the name of it, the like conveyor belt sushi place?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
cool.
No.
Yeah, and you can every 15 plates that you shove down the slot, you get a little prize
you get
and
a
a
secret
ball.
prize.
I need to go.
It's
cool.
actually good.
Yeah, it's pretty
It encourages you to eat more.
It does. I've had a couple 30 plate times. Probably why I have diabetes, but like I got 2 stickers out of it, so worth it.
And you get to fight the squid and then like
Yeah,
the
and then you
giant
fight the
or
giant
whatever.
samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the last time I was there, we were definitely at a point where it's like, okay, guys, 4 more plates, and we get another prize. And then you're like trying to convince people to like eat more.
Yeah. I was there with Meg and Dan, and I think we were like 28, and I was like, I don't want any more.
2
sushi.
more.
So I got like edamame and cheesecake just to like round out the plates, and they were good.
So apparently, Bernie's texting Gavin and I right now,
Oh, I'm my phone is going ape shit, but I'm
and
not looking.
he's saying that apparently it looks like 2 hours ago, Nerdist tweeted a huge Game of Thrones spoiler, like and just titled it as "Did something hashtag Game of Thrones something get spoiled by IMDb?" And it's like with a photo and everything's like maybe it did, but you definitely spoiled it. Holy shit!
So was it like a last night episode spoiler?
No, like next week episode spoiler.
Oh, and next week.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
What? Why?
I think they're just like reporting on the story, but it's all, I guess they gave it away in the headline.
That's a mistake. I bet Twitter went ape shit.
I think people are pretty angry.
I might have told this story before. I had an ex-girlfriend where she was on Facebook. She goes, oh my God, so and so on Facebook just posted the spoiler for blah blah blah, and they said this and this and this and this. And I go, I hadn't watched it yet. And she spoiled it while complaining about spoiling to me.
It spreads like a virus.
Yeah.
Of people being annoyed.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was really good last night.
It's pretty good.
Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, it was very good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm having
Nadia
this-
there were a lot of people were at Lollapalooza this weekend, so I have to wait for Nadia to come back. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
You should just watch it in secret and be like, oh no, I totally didn't watch
Oh,
it.
look at that. Look at, wow.
I
Or
feel like
did
I've
I?
been waiting for 7 years for these characters to come together. And I've been like, can't wait for, them to meet. And now that it's happening and they're trying to kill each other, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't meet each other. I hope they just turn away and go home.
Yeah, like-
I don't want people to die.
Yeah, but I feel like No, I don't want to say it. I don't want to like spoil anything. Like even by talking around it.
I get you. I get you.
But yeah, it was a really good episode. I've been really happy with the season so far. But I got really annoyed because I realized at the end of the episode that we're over halfway through the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
and that was a really short
thankfully, day 5 just started.
yeah.
We have something new.
Yeah.
So that was nice of Game of Thrones to fill that gap for us.
They're like the opening act,
Yeah.
setting you up.
The
Yeah.
warm up. Does Westworld come back between the next season?
No. It was going to
it's-
take at least like a year and a half. For
I think
it
they
to come
said
back.
all
be
they've
empty
said is
space.
2018.
Yeah.
But at Comic-Con they did have a teaser. So at least they've started shooting something.
Yeah.
They have. I did not expect to see any footage yet. I thought it would be the kind of thing where they'd start shooting in January.
Yeah, because who's the showrunner? Like Jonathan Nolan and his wife, I think, do that show, and they said they just like their stack of projects won't let them do it.
Yeah, I think that
annually.
Westworld didn't get greenlit for season 2 until like episode 8.
Yeah.
Like, it was really far, and I think the season ended before they'd written anything for season 2.
The guy that did the music for Game of Thrones did the music for Westworld.
Yeah,
What other shows has he done music for? Because apparently they're all good.
let's find out.
That's a good way to tell if his show is what's his name?
Rami,
He's a German dude.
Ramin Dwadi.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's Iranian German. So let's see. He did early career. He did Blade Trinity. He collaborated with RZA.
There you go.
Let's see. Open Season 2. Oh, he did the main title theme and score for Prison Break.
Ah.
He did additional music for Hans Zimmer in Batman Begins and The Island. Some stuff I don't know. Iron Man. What? Yeah, it says Iron Man. It doesn't say what he did specifically. He did the Clash of the Titans movie, the 2010 one. The 2010 Medal of Honor video game. Then he did Game of Thrones.
Busy dude.
Pacific Rim, The Strain, Warcraft movie, Westworld, The Great Wall. So he's done a lot.
Yeah.
I want to see a zoomed out version of the intro to Game of Thrones with a map. Although I think it's on the inside of a sphere. So
Right, seems like
it seems like it's always like going up the wall and all around with that thing in the middle. I just kind of want to I want to know more about the geography of whatever that is.
You want to see all of the assets that they have,
Yeah.
laid out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like you put on a VR headset.
Yeah.
You could have it all rendered.
It'd be cool if you could actually buy a big ball that you could climb into and stand in the middle, and it would all be as to scale in the intro where it all is. Because I think it's all like ramped up around.
It seems like it, yeah. It seems like the thing that they have at the Citadel in that library is the same thing from the intro.
Yeah, which is weird because when it shows Old Town in the intro,
It's the thing is in there.
So it's like you're just showing a small. Is there a smaller one in there?
Right. Yeah, is all of this just in Old Town? Yeah, I got one more thing I need to read here. I want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Squarespace offers beautiful, award-winning designer templates. You can create a beautiful website or online store with an award-winning template. It's an all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. Squarespace is flexible for any kind of website. It's used by a wide range of creatives, people, musicians, designers, artists, restaurants, and more. They make it simple to manage your online store and inventory, process orders, print packing slips, customize emails. Squarespace also has powerful marketing tools. They ensure that search engines can find your store online, provide real-time analytics to help you gain insights, and let you connect with customers on Facebook, Twitter, and more. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com/roosterteeth. Enter offer code roosterteeth to get 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com/roosterteeth. Offer code roosterteeth for 10% off your first purchase. Thank you, Squarespace, for helping people make their own websites. So we were talking about HBO shows, right? We're talking about Game of Thrones, Westworld. The other show I'm really excited about that they've announced, but they haven't said anything more about it, is that they're doing True Detective Season 3. I think they said that they announced who one of the actors will be in it. It's the guy from Moonlight.
Oh yeah.
And,
The drug dealer guy,
that's
yeah.
it.
I just started watching season 1. Last week.
Are you actually excited?
I'm super excited. I liked Season 2.
Oof.
Season 2, it was rough. I think that I liked the ideas behind it. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else, but I thought it was okay. It was not nearly as good as season 1.
What was weird about season 2? I mean, I did not care for season 2 at all, but I remember the press coming out of HBO, like the president of HBO was like we know like the season like starts kind of slow, it's a slow burn, but it all pays off. Like it has this, it's all gonna like make sense in the end. And the finale is the worst episode of that season.
Yeah.
It is a bad finale.
Yeah, it's underwhelming.
It does everything that. Just put earmuffs on, even though the show's been on for 2 years. See, the end of season 2 does what I was worried the end of season 1 was going to be, which was going to be bleak and make everything feel pointless and like nothing mattered. And then season 1 has a nice uptick. Yeah. It's like
my biggest complaint. Keep holding. My biggest complaint with season 2 was when you find out like the villain or the bad guys. You're like, oh, what? It's just like kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh, okay, I guess, sure.
Yeah.
But I like the way they tell stories. All right, you're good.
You're good.
Thanks.
It's a great series. You should absolutely watch it. You said you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Season 1's really good.
Season 1 is good.
Yeah,
it's a little slow, but it picks up.
That's what I feel like. I just finished episode 2, and I was like, it's a little.
There's like a lull between like 2 to like 4, and then there's that big crazy thing at like meth den and.
But
4
it was crazy
that's like
because Davey from Day 5 is in it.
He is.
And
yeah,
I was like,
Davey
shit.
J is in True Detective season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellis in Day 5.
Yeah, he's also in Prison Break season 3.
Oh, the theme was also done by the same person.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was surprised
apparently
that...
you can watch the Game of Thrones opening credits in VR, like we talked about. People are telling us on Twitter.
Oh wow.
You can actually look around?
Yeah, it looks like you can look around.
Oh, shit.
It's a 360-degree video.
Oh,
You
shit.
can put on a headset and look all the way around.
That's wicked.
All right, sorry.
Jesse was in Always Sunny.
Yeah, and he has a guest star in Veronica Mars too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He's in the very first episode of Always Sunny.
Is he
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like wakes up next to Dennis.
Huh.
Yeah. He's in there's a show on Netflix coming out, Mindhunter, that's what's that David Fincher produced series, and he's in that too. He's in a few episodes. It's supposed to be very cool. So that's October.
Shit, something I was gonna say. We're talking about True Detective, Game of Thrones.
I feel like I'm going to save True Detective for a long flight. Well, how long's the first season?
I think it's 10 hours, about 10 hours.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that from.
Did you do that with
Austin
Game of Thrones
to
early
London.
on? Like
Yeah,
you
season
did-
1.
Yeah, one of the early ones.
I've almost finished Battlestar Galactica, so that's cool.
I just started that.
There we go.
Yeah.
I kind of fell off around one of the later seasons. Like the next to the last season, I was like, all right, I give up.
Yeah, there's 4 seasons. I'm like halfway through 4.
Yeah, I think it might have been 4, like when you fought. Never mind.
Yeah. But Chris and I met one of the actresses like 2 years ago at Supernova in Australia. And just by meeting her got stuff spoiled because they say when she's at things what her character is.
Who was it?
It's Rekha Sharma is the actress, but she's Tori. She's the president's assistant. But yeah, so if you haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, then
Then don't talk to the actors.
don't talk to the actors first.
Was Trisha Helfer in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her on one of the Supernovas.
Do you guys make lists of like stories to talk about on the podcast?
Yeah.
I was just looking at this, like it's just the weirdest collection of like couple lines. It's like,
My list is so long because I don't delete the stuff I've talked about.
yeah, I don't either. And there's like some of these like I don't remember what I was talking about. One that just says removable penis.
Well, if you had a 19-inch removable,
Yeah.
Right. I think we checked that
talked about
box.
that earlier.
Yeah, this is my list, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like
God.
my list. Except for I have spaces between mine because I'm on a
Can I read an attempt to interpret your list?
well, detachable penis.
Detachable
There you
penis.
go.
yeah. Some of them. Yeah, sure. I don't
Let's
care.
see.
I've got stuff from I assume years ago that I just don't know what it is.
There's
Pizza
one
tip.
there's one I have here. I don't know if y'all read that thing on Reddit this past weekend about the guy who would masturbate with a coconut.
He would shag the coconut.
Yeah.
With a coconut or to a coconut?
What's the difference?
Well, one is a dude jerking off looking at a coconut.
Okay,
Yeah.
with
Right.
a coconut. I guess he said that he grew up in an area with coconuts, and then he got the bright idea to cut a hole in one and use it.
They're really hard though.
He said it was fine and it was great, and that he liked it so much that he hid it under his bed for like a week.
Could you imagine if you like?
He goes into very graphic detail. You don't have to imagine.
Okay, but like I imagine he finished in the coconut
Right.
Multiple times.
and then people are like, "Oh, this coconut juice is
It's coconut milk.
it's coconut milk is it's must have gone spoiled. It's not like that milk on the table there."
It was a terribly disgusting. It's one of those like classic disgusting Reddit stories.
Like, what do you say when you get caught with that? So you're like, I like pina coladas at night. I'm sorry.
He didn't get caught with it. In the end, it started to smell bad. So he decided to use it one last time, and
Well,
it was one time too many.
Yeah, it's like breakup sex.
Just
I got a picture of it.
Well, a picture of a coconut. We don't know that that's the coconut.
Well, it's a coconut with a hole in it.
You want to try to interpret something there?
Neat hole.
Yeah. No, I see you check this. Rub Dick Tender Date Karaoke Bar. Yeah, we got that story.
Are these your stories?
No, these are
Oh, these-
Chris's.
yeah.
I'm just looking. I'm looking, seeing if there's a good headline.
Look, let me see them before you say them aloud.
Go on.
Well, that was the only one. Hold on.
I got this.
I mean, I've told a lot of those stories.
Buried carrots.
One of my things to mention was, since its first week, was that people can also watch the Unconventional documentary, because Chris was asking me about it the other day.
And I was like, "Hey, when's your documentary come out? Where you're going to all those conventions?"
And I was like, it came out already. We've been promoting it.
Because I've been wanting to watch it.
You can watch it right now.
Horse
It's called Unconventional.
horse exercise ball. What does any of this mean?
You got to delete that one. If you don't know what it means,
How high does law end?
I know what that means. Like if you're on a plane and you commit a crime.
Like, like, how high can you go and murder someone?
Right. Like who...
Like, if you do it at 80,000 feet, is
I
it
think
still...
I saw a video about that. Who did it? Someone, it might have been like Destin or someone did a video about which country's laws apply in different weird scenarios.
Yeah.
And there was one really weird scenario where, in order to go into the Netherlands, a citizen of China needs a visa. But if they're connecting at the Netherlands airport, like any airport in the Netherlands, they don't need a visa because they're just connecting in the international airport.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they commit a crime in the airport, they're subject to the laws of the Netherlands. So they get removed from the airport and taken to jail. But since they don't have visas, an extraterritorial area is created around them, where despite the fact they're walking in the Netherlands, the ground they're on is not part of the Netherlands,
What?
legally speaking.
Wow.
I think that's the case in most airports. Like, they'll actually have a line on the grounds in some airports saying, like,
Well, for-
UK border. And before that, you're not really there
Well,
yet.
for this one, if they leave, that's like they're not in a country. Like there's a bubble is created around them.
That's cool. So you're automatically the president of that country.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're your own country.
How
Crime
deep do you have to dig to be out of a country?
Oh, like how low
How low does the law go?
does law
Yeah.
go?
I think you're in it. Halfway through the earth, like you go all the way to the
Well, but like,
the midsection.
Well, I think we talked about that in when you buy a house and you own the land. You only own like so far down, and then
yeah,
it's-
but a country though, like, and especially what if you're near the cusp of a country and maybe the hole starts here and then you kind of like you end up, I don't know, like.
well, there are some places where you're kind of in two countries at once, or like the border will go like right through a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great video on YouTube about that.
Yeah, is it like somewhere in Turkey or something? Or,
The big one is like the Netherlands and Belgium. They have something
Yeah.
like crisscross constantly.
But I think there's always an argument with Turkey, like what's in Asia and what's in
Oh.
Europe along Istanbul. I don't know. Borders are weird.
Yeah, borders are very weird. I don't have much left on my list. It's very few
So do you
things.
erase as you go?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. I got one.
What's-
Wanna tell a random story?
Go. I like Chris's random stories.
So one of my favorite bands is this band called Say Hi, and they were coming to Austin. I bought 2 tickets way in advance. I had a friend. His name's Revo, and that's not his real name, but that's what everyone calls him. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this show? It's this day. Blah blah blah. It's this band. He knows the band. He likes them too." And he's like, "Yeah." And so he shows up, and he shows up like a little bit late, and he's like, I'm so drunk. I just got out of a whiskey tasting and blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And I was like, do you want a beer? And he's like, yeah, I'll have a beer. So I got 2 beers. I got one for me, one for him. It's not a big it's not a big band. It's not a big venue. There's probably 100 people in the entire thing,
Can you
right?
see what venue it is? Or is it close to where we live too?
No, I think
It is
it
where
might have
he
been like
lives.
the inside of like Stubbs or something,
Okay.
maybe. It's off of Red River. And we're sitting there, and so it's small, like, and it's just one dude singing and like, very intimate music, right? And at some point, someone kind of like bumped into me, and I dropped my beer. My beer kind of splatters up, and I'm like, oh shit, dropped my beer. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, I don't want to like go back to get another beer. So I was like, Revo, who's super drunk, super drunk. I was like, hey, can I have some of your beer? And he goes, no, you're not having. He's just like yelling, like, you're not having my beer. No way. And then the entire everywhere is just looking at us.
Oh God!
And I'm just like, shh. She's like, no. You dropped your beer. You're not having my beer. And he's just screaming.
Oh my God!
And to the point, I was like, no, be quiet. And then the guy on stage is like, dude, you should listen to your friend and shut the fuck up.
The guy on stage
Yeah,
said that?
yeah. Like because there's only one guy in this band.
Say hi. Said
Say hi.
shut
He was
up.
like, you need to be quiet. And he was like, okay. So then he got quiet, and I was like, oh God, this is like, because there's not that many people. It's not like we disappear into the crowd.
Right.
So then music ends, and I'm like, I'm going to go get another beer now. Go get another beer. I come back. My Revo's fighting. He's like, no, fuck you, man. Da-da. He's like yelling at this guy. And then
Oh, God.
they're,
The guy
they're
on
in a
stage?
fight. No. This
Oh,
is,
different guy.
just in the bar, right?
Okay.
Like in between bands. He's yelling at this guy. And and I'm like, whoa. I'm like trying to break them apart. And he's like, what's going on? And he was like, your friend spit beer on my girlfriend in the middle of the set.
Oh my God!
And I was like, what? It's like, that's bullshit. I didn't spit beer on anyone. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to explain to him. I think what happened is someone knocked my beer over. It splattered. It might have seemed like he was spitting beer because he's the drunk asshole. But in reality, I think it was just my beer spilling. He's like, no, he spit beer on my girlfriend, which he didn't because I was sitting next to him the whole time. So it was a miscommunication there, or confusion. So then, but he's like not a big guy. He's like, fuck you. I will fight you for this. And like, if you got a problem and if you think I'm spitting beer, then let's go outside and we'll fight. Like
God.
he's about to fight this guy. So then I'm like, no. And the guy's like, all right, dude, like calm down. I break them apart. And then I'm trying to calm down my friend, and that other guy goes off, and we're just talking. And I'm like, dude, like just calm down, man. He's like, I didn't spit beer on his girlfriend. and then the bouncer comes up, and he's like, hey, you guys need to leave. I'm like, well, no. It's like he's like, look, I was like, it was a miscommunication. Blah blah blah. He didn't spit beer. It's like, look, I don't know. You're trying to fight the guy and the lead singer in the band that's going on next. There's another band going on, and he tried to fight the lead singer of another band, which was my friend Revo was like, loved that band.
Oh, shit.
And I was just like, all right, we'll leave.
God.
We'll leave.
I want to meet this Revo guy.
He's not a crazy. You've met him before.
Yeah, no, he's,
As long as he's
perfectly
sober.
normal.
Have I ever met him?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's terrible. I hate when that happens. You got like a super drunk person you got to babysit or take care of.
Oh, I got drunk. I didn't get drunk. I went to see Wonder Woman, and Dan got drunk. Dan was with us. And the trailer for Justice League was on before.
Oh.
And the song that was in it, I don't remember the song. But Dan was so hammered, he was like slumped in his chair at the Alamo. And then the trailer ended, and it was just silent, getting ready to play the actual movie. And he just started singing the song, like really loud. And I was like, it like took me a second to realize that it was him. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? And he was like, what? I was like, it's the Alamo. You're going to get kicked out because you can't screw around at the Alamo.
Yeah.
And then he was
Certainly
like,
can't sing.
yeah. And then he was like he like wrote the wrong thing, and because he can't order food either. Yeah. So the person taking the food order was like, what do you mean with this? And he was like, no. Nope. And he was just getting leery, and I was like, and I'm sat next to him. And also there's a risk that someone in there might know who he is. Mm-hmm. It's so bad. It gets to a point where you just should never get drunk ever.
No, I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Someone was asking me the other day what the last time I was blackout drunk was. And I think it was the Let's Play Live here which you guys were on stage, obviously, but I remember I have glimpses of the night being in like the Rooster Teeth staff section.
I don't know what happened up there. Like, because we were all on stage.
Yeah.
Jeff was unconscious. But when everyone else came off stage, almost everyone who works this company was absolutely hammered.
No,
what was going on?
You were threatening Matt.
Yeah, apparently I was threatening that.
You threatened him.
Like, for real?
I think I remember what I said.
You
but
said something about like I don't remember.
Aaron claims that was saying that I said, "You better make 11 little roosters or I'll kill you."
Oh my God.
I'm sure it was playful. But I do remember crawling around on the floor in VIP, just like crawling from chair to chair, propping myself on things. I was pretty drunk.
I think that night there were, I probably shouldn't say this, there were 5 people in the audience who were ejected for being too drunk.
Really?
It's
in
so
the audience,
Austin,
like
isn't it?
staff members?
No, not staff members, like audience, like
Attendees.
like EMTs and police had to come and escort people out.
Yeah.
It was rowdy.
Hit it hard, Let's Play audience.
It was a rowdy party.
Were you drunk at the last Extra Life?
I don't think so.
What was I don't know if it was Extra Life or not, but I remember I just come off doing whatever I was doing on that. But you were like sprinting around the office, and then you're hiding under a chair or something.
I think that's just a normal day.
But I couldn't tell if you were screwing around or whether you were actually drunk and you were like out of breath, hiding under a chair.
Hiding under a chair.
I don't remember.
Because last Extra Life, I remember painting. We painted the paintings, and I wasn't drunk because I painted Chris with a baby.
Wasn't that 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
No, I think it was last year.
Well, we
'cause it
did
was
painting twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know when it was, but
Running around and hiding under
you were like
a chair.
sprinting around, and then you were kind of like hiding and panting. And I thought it was funny, but I couldn't tell if you were actually drunk or not, or whether you're just goofing around.
I could have been. I don't know.
We have some great drunks at this company.
What do you mean by that? People who are able to consume a lot of alcohol, or people who are pleasant?
who are
wildly
entertaining.
entertaining, and they don't get violent.
Okay, yeah. I'm not a violent person.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, tremendous drunk.
Hey.
Yeah.
Although you do get a bit fighty.
What? I'll fucking fight you. So, I'm reading an article here on Scientific American that says that this kind of ultra high pasteurized milk has a shelf life of 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So don't believe their September bullshit lies. We're good for Extra Life this year. Next year, it might be a problem.
So I could just buy a buttload of milk
You could buy bulk.
and just leave it, because I always run out of milk, and then I'm like, because it expires or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
You just leave that on the shelf for 6 months.
But once you open it, then the clock starts ticking.
Yeah, you have a week.
And why is that? Is it just because bacteria
Bacteria
gets
then
in?
Yeah.
So if you opened it, used it, and then just blasted UV all in there and lit it up again, would it be good?
I don't know. I'm not a milk scientist. If you
feel
heat
like-
it to 280 degrees,
I feel
and
like
then
in the
cool it-
future, all kitchens will have like a UV sanitized zone that you can just put stuff under and just blast it and put it back. Because UV you can drink out of a pond if you hit it with enough ultraviolet light. I think so.
You think so? Well, the sun emits UV light. Isn't
Yeah,
that
but it's
the
like
most?
way more concentrated.
Okay.
I think it just kills everything.
All right. Well, it's time to wrap up.
Don't drink a pond. I
So
don't
thanks
know.
everyone for watching. Do not drink a pond, and report back next week. Let us know how high the law goes.
Buy
And,
the green people like grapes shirt.
Yeah, buy a first shirt. If you need sign up for a first membership and help us hit those first goals.
Need a dish towel.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Goodbye.